All right, Ian, take it away.
Yes.
Oh, show the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, I know. Give me a moment. Sorry.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
Noel.
hi, Greg.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
Ian.
We just got started, and Ian's pulling up the slides.
Okay, awesome, awesome.
Welcome everyone to our bi-monthly series where we talk about AI. We will start with Amar, who I'm not exactly sure what he'll be presenting about, but let's see what he has in store today for us. Amar, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Okay. Can I share my screen?
I'll let you present
Please
now.
do, please do.
Okay. So today I wanted to show two things specifically what Copilot is actually changing, especially the era what we are in now from the GPT-5 announcements, right? So I just created a small video capture before I start a live demo too, right? So I want to showcase how a 2D picture will become a 3D by using a simple steps. I'll show you what all the pictures I'm trying to take. There are multiple 2D pictures. So for example, I'm using this picture. Now you all see this is
Oh,
a
yeah.
picture which is just a small picture which is painted or a printed kind of, right? It does not have any movement. It is a very still solid kind of, right? Now, recently, Microsoft has announced the lab experiential setup called 3D. Okay, I'll just showcase that how we can able to convert this picture into 3D. Yeah, let me just play my video. So for that, what we need to go through is a website called copilot.com/labs. Okay, so copilot.microsoft.com/labs, and this is where we see the AI initiatives experiments. Okay, this is as of now, Microsoft is working on multiple new solutions which they are bringing up. In the first solution which we are trying to explore is from a picture two directional to three directional. Let me just play it to you. So it is very straightforward, very simple. So this is the first place where you can see Copilot 3D. It clearly calls out that turn images into 3D models with one click. Okay. So I'll just click on that as a try now. So to use this, there is a limit. So per day, there is a limit like max of 5 images which we can develop. Okay. So the first option is by clicking here, upload image. Okay. When we click upload image, there is a instruction which has been called out specifically saying the best outcome will be when you have a plain background. I'll show that again to you. We are choosing this. So for example, here works best with single subject with even lighting and plain background. So that is a recommendation as a reference which Microsoft has published. Now I'm using this 2D picture and trying to convert this into 3D. And I was also mesmerized to see it just took a minute. Okay, so when I click create, it will go to this, and you can able to see these all the things which I have tried. Okay, now the same flat picture has become 3D side of it. Now it doesn't stop there. It actually helps us to use in various formats or various applications. I say you can just click download from the right side corner. When you click that download, you can use this file directly on any of your application like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or any specific application which you are using for a 3D. This is the file which comes as a 3D object. Okay, so I'll pause here. What I'll show you is now how I have used this as a PPT option, right? For example, now you can see I can just go here and try to use this option in PowerPoint, which is called 3D models. What I'm trying to do here, whatever I have downloaded from the 2D to 3D, I'm choosing this and I'm going to my downloads. There are multiple files which I have done earlier. As I said, I'll take example again. Most probably this is a Kingfisher one, right? Now this is where I can use this. Okay. Now this is something, there was some models which Microsoft has officially given earlier in 3D models. I can still get a lot of models from the stock 3D as well, from the M365 PowerPoint which you have, right? Now, the important point is they have brought that 3D creation directly to us by using a Copilot. This is very good thing, which is very important. Now, in the recent times, I learned a little more as well, specifically. Now, when I use Copilot, when I try to create some presentations or content, I get a lot of content with this kind of a plain kind of a scenario. Now I want to beautify this, right? What all the options generally we have? We use this and right click and we can say convert to smart art. Now, everything may not be perfect based on our scenarios or demonstrations example, right? So I can convert this, but it is not looking great for me. Now, what I started exploring by myself is, I thought, let me see if I have some other solutions similar to the smart art, which can be a little more colorful example. So that's where I started exploring and I got this website called napkin.ai. So napkin.ai, once you log into the website, I'll just do again one more time for everyone's sake. It's napkin.ai. It clearly says that get visuals from your text. So you can put your text and it gives you visuals directly like a smart arts. Now the beauty of this, so I just paste this content, which I copied from my slide from here, right? Now what I do is I just select this section. This is the AI button. You see here, generate visuals. When I click this, when this dot's happening, it is processing. This is something which we need to keep in mind. Okay. Now it will generate a various formats to present. Now maybe I like this. Okay. Now once I select this, there are multiple options to customize. Like you want to fit it on a horizontal, landscape, or diagonal. And you have even in the colors, you have a multiple options. Now, obviously, when I'm seeing it's a kingfisher, it's a multicolor thing. I would prefer this example. Okay. Now, what I can do is I can just click here, export to PPT, and here itself you get a theme model when you are getting a slide. Okay. I just say download. Now I got this entire text into a visual format, which I can just copy and paste it into my slide. Right. So what I will do here, I will just use this like this. And the good part is it is not limiting to me as a picture. It is giving me as full-fledged, colorful, editable stuff. Okay. For example, now I can change each color if I need. So what I'll do, I'll choose an eyedropper. I'll use the kingfisher colors, the body colors. Yeah, I'll choose something like a little dark one. Yeah. Maybe I'll choose, yeah, this color should be okay. So the AI tool, what I have used is called as a napkin.ai. So with this, I can able to just make my slides more interesting and I can able to do all the changes, whatever I required, which can make my presentation more beautiful. I'll show one more thing as well, the similar way, right? So I just take this example. I go back to this website again, and I'll paste this scenario. I'll just choose to convert this into a visualization example. So this is very pretty straightforward design. Okay, this has a multiple things. For example, it is just giving me an option like this. I mean, maybe I like this. What I do is I just do download, and you can download this in a PNG format, SVG, or you want to convert directly into a PDF. All are possible, right? Now, if you see, I haven't changed the color theme. When I choose this, again, I have a color palette options as well. For example, if I want to change this to a different color, if I want to change this to a different single color, these are all possible available. Okay. So for time being, I'll just try to use this to just download. This is one more slide which I have made it. Okay. Now let me just copy this. In place of this is basically physical characteristics of diversity, species diversity. Now I can use this in a better way as well, right? Now what I'll do, like this. Now, very important point is I have full rights to keep my control. I have full rights to adjust my scenarios. And when I'm using 3D models, I have an option to choose the views in a different way because PowerPoint supports this specifically, right? So it can give me a different direction, or if I can just need to look into this approach, yeah, this is possible, right? Now, this is something is happening because of this tool, which is called as napkin.ai. Now, the same thing, if I need to do, I have to spend a lot of time for choosing the smart arts, creating the scenarios, all this stuff. Now, because it's a simple AI tool, you can just click directly. And this AI tool has multiple libraries as well. You can able to purchase, choose certain things with directly on a PowerPoint. You want to create a cameos. You want to use some free Copilot features when it is connected. All these stuffs are all already part of this. Okay, so this is something in the recent time I have started exploring. And the other important scenario is you have a different smart art styles here. Whatever the font you required, whatever the theme or gradient blocks, whatever, right? You can choose something specific as a default and share it. And when you go to settings, there is a language detection as well. It supports multiple languages. If you are using a different languages, maybe you can choose Hindi, which is an Indian language, which is also available. You can mention it as a Gujarati. By default, the entire page and look and feel will also convert into your local style. And other stuffs are like very straightforward. How do you preferably use the visuals like dark mode or the normal mode or specifically in a paid lens, everything, right? And this is a pretty straightforward thing. And I can just add the text on the below. For example, I'll just show you on the go. I can just do, I'll take some more text from here, example. Like that. Like this. Now I just select this. Whatever the selection I do, it converts that. That is the important point. If I select only one lane, it selects one lane's data and convert it into a visual. If you want to use it for overall paragraphs, it will convert that. So if you have a different thought process, you know certain different smart arts, what specifically you are looking at. For example, now maybe I will go that, I'll just choose this again. We all know a basic smart art like a pie chart or a hierarchy example, right? So I can just even do, and when I'm doing a customization, there is an option for me. So when I scroll down, you have an option called customization, right? I can say pie. So if I say pie chart, when I apply, it will give me a references from the pie chart. You see? Based on the context of it, it actually picks up different scenarios. If I don't have anything, by default, whatever the content we have given, it only searches and it only creates a different theme. I liked actually when it was showcasing the face option. Let me just see if it gives the same thing again, right? No, every time it gives a different scenario. To make this in our daily life for our day-to-day works, it takes at least of a good amount of time. Now, by using this napkin.ai as a website, it becomes your life easy. Okay. So to prepare this simple diagram or a simple smart art, we spend hours together, correct? Now it becomes easy and you can able to choose the specific areas as a labels, and you can change the text directly, or you can able to sketch if you want to do something on this. That is also possible, and you can insert the images also, so that you can get it in one slide when you update based on your requirements. Yeah, this is one new thing which I wanted to share for today. Yeah, so from my side, that's it. Greg and Ian, over to you.
Yeah, Amar, one last thing. Is Damn.ai a free tool?
So as of now, it's a free tool. There are certain limitations. So let me just show you. When I'm clicking a new app, okay, let me just see here. When you want to have multiple templates, example, I'll just show you. This is even a paid as well. As of now, I'm using it from last 10 days in a free version. Okay. When I click here, you see add new style. So if you have your own custom style example, okay, you might be following a template for your organization. In that case, you need to have a paid version. That's how it is.
Okay, but when you port it to the PowerPoint, you can change the colors, right?
Everything. So I'll just show you back again, right? So okay, let me close this, which one I have used. Let's see this one. I have changed the colors. I can able to change the fonts. I can able to change the themes, animations, everything.
Oh, wow.
This is all editable in a way, right? For example, I can just change this. For example, only for this layer, I can just say shape, or if I want to just change it to some other, right? This is all possible because
So I guess there's no need to pay for the paid version yet.
no, not that. The paid version is mainly for more customizations beyond the basic what it is giving, right? So the main important how I am trying to use this, Greg, whenever I get into a new topic, I've been
Yeah.
using more like a default smart arts, but some scenarios it doesn't match.
Yeah, I noticed that it's not very good.
Correct. Rather searching for the templates in internet, you can put your time for 5 minutes. If your text is ready, just convert it. It gives you a lot of things, right? Now, when I click a new app, you see there is a draft with AI. I can give a topic. Prepare a, prepare a simple pie chart for kingfisher bird. Okay. Obviously, there is no specific meaning for this. You know this, right? But let's try. Let's see what we can do. It's a built-in, right? It is writing about it. Okay. Now you see the beauty because this is something which is very important. Obviously, if someone does not want to use a specific PowerPoint or anything, they can still use this as an AI tool to start with. Now, when I choose selection of this area example, I can use that into converting into a images. Now, once everything is done, I can download this entire thing as one PPT as well. See this?
Oh, wow, that's impressive.
Right? So maybe I'll just choose this section. This is all from zero, right? I did not do anything. I just said a small topic. It gave me a reference.
Wow. Yeah, try this for my own slides.
You can. Yeah. So this is very important, which I like this because very different perspective it gives us when based on our thoughts, right? So for example, I'll just say this selection, right? Where is this? Yeah. Oh, I did not choose that. Okay, give me a second. This is only for one selection which I have done now. Now you see, it is, I have selected only for 10%, it is converting it in a pie. Because earlier I have customized selecting as a pie as a reference as a customized option, right? Now
Yeah.
when I choose this 4, by default, it is detecting the percentage of the information on the text. It is trying to showcase in a different manner. So this one is something which I liked it. Okay, this
Mhm.
is ready. Okay, now this is all very, very simple scenarios. Maybe there is nothing as a bullets here, right? It's a visual representation kind of a storyline. Let me see how it shows.
Oh, yeah, it's like a ranking.
Correct. So this all stuff actually makes little easy for us to explain, right? And it is picking up the context and it is trying to convert the storyline. Maybe for this, I would have preferred that, right? So this is something very unique and very simple to start using. We doesn't need a technical expertise to start with. That's what I liked about this tool. And here you have one more option, import from file as well. If you have a docs file, if you have any specific documentation, maybe I'll just see if I have anything like Word file. Okay. I'll just say, I'll just choose this quiz questions, hybrid questions. Okay. This is something at a file which I have saved it earlier. Now
Oh,
you see,
and yeah, it's very quick.
right. So I just select this question and say to convert this.
Oh, wow.
So this is very
Oh,
unique.
wow.
So this is something which is helpful in our day-to-day activities, specifically, especially our jobs, what we do more of training and teaching. It can save a lot of time for us. That's what I loved it. As of now, it's almost like 15 days from the time I have been using it, but I never purchased any subscription.
Okay. Yeah, surprising that something like this is free.
It's free, yes.
Yeah.
As of now, I'm using it's free. I believe even they have a app as well, mobile. I never explored that, so maybe I have to do that if in case if we need to, if I start using more often when I'm on roads as well. So the important scenario is it will save a lot of time rather depending on a templates or depending on someone who can come and guide us a visual. See, especially this kind of a visual to create, we require UI UX designers. Example. Right? At least to look into a different scenario. And here as well, I can change the colors. I can change it to different themes. Everything is possible. I can edit the text directly here itself if I need to, right? So I can add more pictures as well if I need to drag and drop kind of things, which I can do. And if I don't want, if I change it, if I just do refresh, it will change. There is that option. Yeah. The visual is up to date. So yeah, there are something limits, I think. That's where the paid version comes in, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
But impressively, this saves a lot of time for our productivity on everyday basis. That is what I have been using from last few days. This is something helping me for a certain new way of presenting the stuff because the traditional smart arts have become like everyone knows it because a lot of people use M365 or a PowerPoint, right? So I believe these things actually makes it more colorful, a theme kind of a scenario, which makes easy for using it. Look at this. Very easy, right? This all
Yeah.
stuff actually makes, and this is something which is out of the box and which is very lightweight. Very importantly, it doesn't take much time, right?
Yes.
When I uploaded the file, it picked up immediately. If I gave a prompt, it picked up everything easily. If I don't have anything, if I want to start, which I have a text, I use the blank napkin. But first thing is, napkin is a word which is very common. I love that. So, but it gave a different opinion or way to use it. See this? There's all more options. I haven't fully explored it, but I have been using only for my requirements, which is like using into a, how should I say, mainly for smart arts. This is all what I have tried earlier, which is all something which is available here. Yeah. So, any other questions, guys? Before I hand over back to Ian and Greg.
I don't think we have any questions.
Yeah, I think it's very cool.
Yeah.
Very useful tool to
Yeah. So, for
make your
example,
presentations more
I
interesting.
downloaded a PNG file now, for example. Where is that? It went. Show here. There is it downloaded. Control J. Here. So I can do drag and drop to my PowerPoint.
But this format you can't edit, right? I don't think.
No, the PNGs you cannot edit. It will be like a transparent kind of, right? That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to show. It is like a picture, but you get it in a transparent background. So whatever the color formats you prefer to use, you can just make it happen.
Ah, yeah.
So there is a multiple options to use it, right? So in here, when I was trying, I tried a PNG as well because earlier I didn't try it. I was just trying to how it works. And this one, right? So when I click on a download, it has a PPT PDF, SVG. SVG is the vector image model where you can go and edit by using Adobe Illustrator or a CorelDRAW kind of tools, right? If someone wants to visually edit a lot of things and all, they can use even the image editing as well. So as of now, when I download it in a PPT, I can edit the colors, I can edit the text, I can edit the theme kind of. But if you want to add more specific scenarios like a picture format, that's where we use a SVG. So good thing is it makes everyone's life little productive with their thought process, what they wanted to project it on different platforms like PowerPoint or Word, anything. Being it's a file which I'm downloading it in a PPT, I'm opening it in PPT. I can copy paste it in a Word example, right? That is still possible, correct? So there is no specific scenario that it limits us to use or stop. So this is Word, right? So I can just still choose the same thing, what I have downloaded here, see, and paste it, right? So we have all the flexibilities because it's a PNG. It is similar like a normal player pictures. I can move it around. I can do anything, correct? So good point is if I need to generate this kind of smart art in PowerPoint, Excel, or anything, it takes for me longer time because I have to create from each visual. Now, when I'm
Yeah.
using AI, it becomes easy for me to save my thoughts, especially the expenditure time, what I have to spend to create and put it across. If I need to create this simple cylinder, I have to use multiple layers. Maybe I'll just try to create it here. Example. Now, first thing I have to create like this. This is one. Again, I have to go to insert and I have to choose
Yeah,
multiple.
it's a
Right? It's not straightforward. For us, that becomes very valuable. That's the thought process.
yes, yes.
So the straightly, I cannot create the something similar, if you ask me, right? So for
Yeah.
example, maybe I have to do this and do a right angle. Okay. Now,
Something like that.
yeah, again, I have to convert this because this shape doesn't fit exactly what I'm looking at, right? So this is all the stuff which can make very easy for me. That's it. So if not, what I can do is I have to edit these points, right? And when I see edit points, I get this. I have to just change like this.
Oh, yeah.
This is like not ready kind of. It's a
Yeah,
pain.
and it's not clean.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
needs. So now this is at least one step I could do. Now again, I want to create a small box like this. It will take little more time for me. Rather, that gives me a visual very decent, straightforward.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for this.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess how are we, Ian?
Let's say we should continue. Due to interest of time, Ridwan would like to share next. So
Yes.
I'd say
Thank
we
you.
give it to him next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Go on, Ridwan. Go on.
Okay, mine is just a short one. So let me just
No
share my
worries.
screen. Share. Okay. So I believe everyone knows that we have a GPT-5, right? If you have, for example, Copilot. Okay, this is a Copilot app. So let me just minimize everything first, so people don't get confused. So I have my Copilot apps here. So you actually have it in your PC, right? So you just search Copilot in your start bar, and then you can have open up here, and you can log in. Then it will save all your history of your conversation, right? So this button is a new conversation, right? And you can go here, make it smaller, right? So and then you can just do a full screen. So I just want to share about the comparison that I did. So you can see here, right? This particular, let me see if I can zoom. Oh no, I didn't turn on my zoom. Let's see if I, yeah. So you can see over here, this box, right? You can able to just key in your prompt, but there's a small drop down over here, right? So you can actually change what preference of this particular response that you need. Right? So for example, think deeper. All right. Okay, you can see better for more complex topics. Normally when you just log in, it will be here, right? Quick respond, right? When you just type in anything, after a few seconds, it will give you the response, right? You go for smart. Okay, smart is a new one, right? So uses GPT-5. So if you want to use a GPT-5, you need to actually use this one. Previously, it's only available for the pay versions, but now the free version in Copilot has it. And deep research, especially if you want to do a paper, a really long informations that have all the details, right? You have to go for deep research, right? If you compare to ChatGPT, just let me show you ChatGPT. So this is a ChatGPT account that I have, right? So over here, okay, let me just zoom in. So over here, we can actually change the model. So when they release the GPT-5, the latest AI model, right? You cannot choose the older one, but recently, I think since last week, they allow such user to actually change. So if I just click here, so automatically it will be in the GPT-5. Okay, let me just zoom in. Okay, automatically it will be in GPT-5. It will be here, auto, and then it will decide which one is the best for you. But you can actually choose a legacy model, which is GPT-4, right? So if I just go here, I click auto, or maybe I can click instance, it will answer right away, similar like the Copilot, right? And then thinking is maybe a much more longer answer that you prefer, or you can just go to legacy model and go for 4, right? So I was like, can I test with images to see the differences? In text, probably they always generate differently, but let's see if there are any differences between images, right? So I did with GPT-5 first, which is auto, and then this the images, right? So this is the prompt, right? Can you, maybe I cannot scroll up. I just paste it over here. Can you generate a picture of an underwater paradise? So it was generated like this. And then I change this to instance, right? Can you generate a picture? And then the picture is different. See, right? This picture and this picture is different. But in terms of detail, there, right? Everything's there, really nice color and everything's there. And then I change, right? I change to legacy model. Straight away, I just changed to legacy model. I didn't go for thinking. This GPT-4. And then the image is almost the same. But the dolphins are, you see here, 1, 2, 3, but here it's only got 2. And then this a bit different, right? I don't know what fish is this.
It's like a stingray.
So, yeah, this is stingray, but this one probably a mix.
Yeah, stingray with a long head.
Yeah, okay. So I did the same thing with Copilot, right? So I did the same thing with Copilot. So what I did was first, right, I just leave it with quick response. So this was the picture it generated. Sorry, this picture it generated for me. And then I key in the same prompt again. I change it into smart, right? And then this was the picture. It's almost the same, right? I think it's same. It's not almost, it's 100% almost the same. I think some of the fish are not there, but not, I don't know what is the reason. And then I change into I think the think deeper. Yeah, sorry. Then I just change to think deeper, and then the picture is like this. Right? So I don't know why when it when it need to think much more deeper, then they change the color of the picture, but it's almost the same. You can see the way that it generated the picture is almost the same, right? Each time when you generate, you can try with all of this and see what are the differences in between them, right? So that is I just want to present about that only. So the differences between Copilot and ChatGPT are there. You can see the same prompt gives different image, but in Copilot it's a different image, right? So every AI will actually translate into a different result. So you probably need to have a much more detail in your prompting to have exactly what you want, right? So that's all from me, Greg. Thank
Oh,
you.
before you go, Ridwan, how do you do the Zoom thing?
Which this one. You see this one? You see this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I use this Zoom It tool. Yeah.
Oh, it's an app.
Yeah. So normally I just when you download and you run it, it will automatically turn on after you restart. But sometimes I just need it will automatically zoom, so I don't like it, so I just turn it off and only use during presentation. It's easy.
Okay.
You just alternate one. You can change the shortcut, and then you can just write whatever that you want to write. Right, easy. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ian.
Okay, Ian, how are we doing?
Yes, I think it's How here. Accurate one. How are you
How-
here?
Oh, that was an interesting session.
Oh, yes, sorry.
On
Yeah.
Would you like to
Oh,
present
yeah.
next?
Yeah, feel free to share your screen, huh?
Yeah. Just opening up.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. I need to see all the new neat features of Copilot coming in with the what you call it, GPT-5 coming out, and what Omar showed earlier also with Copilot Labs turning 2D to 3D. Wow.
Can share now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Feel free. I
Yes,
don't
by
see your
all
screen yet though.
means.
All right.
So this is what I've been recently doing just on Sunday. So it will be on AI powered coding demo, and so I'm teaching my students how to type properly in a sense that where to put their finger position. And I would like to show the result first of all. So this is a video of me. I took it just yesterday. So what do you guys think it is? Oh yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Actually I did this through webcam attached. Yeah. I did there shouldn't be any sound, yeah. It's just to show the visual. Yeah. So this is what I've been doing with AI so far. And so what my demo is going to be about is how I use Python code developed by AI, and then what I asked it to do is to identify the positions of the fingers on the keyboard. So I believe we are all familiar with this on how the placement of our fingers and how the fingers are designated for some certain keys on the keyboard, right? So how so this is the virtual keyboard that AI gave me, and I can see that from here how AI has helped me to in creating this demo, or this I would say virtual keyboard is it helped me to generate code. So firstly I use Copilot, and second I use Visual Studio built-in AI. So if you are a person who likes coding, you will surely know Visual Studio, right?
Visual Studio is VS
So
Code,
in
right?
the Visual Studio, you'll see a feature, right? On the right r- right corner, yeah, there will be an AI helping you. So yeah, I use Copilot and Visual Studio Code, yeah. And this is the prompts that I use for it to create me the v- virtual keyboard. So what I said is that, can you please write a code for me based on the description below? And I give AI the context. So I just say I currently teach I'm currently teaching my students who doesn't know how to type the keyboard properly, in a sense that their fingers is all mixed up. And now I want them, for the class, to be able to show how far they have progressed so far. I want to check their fingers through a webcam. Yeah, and then I have some of the objectives that I want it to do. First of all, I want it to identify finger positions, and secondly, I I want it to identify the keys the finger is laying upon, and then thirdly, so these are the steps that I created for AI, right? For me to be able to, for it to be able to create the virtual keyboard. And yeah, after going through that, I go through with the VS Code as well. So if you guys can see the red box over here, this is the ChatGPT, the built-in ChatGPT that I'm talking about. Yeah. So if you look at it, my code right now, yeah, if I run the code is not working, for an instance, right? Yeah, because from it, even though it's from Copilot and all those things, right, we need some certain things to build or to install some certain libraries, some certain things for the code to work. So imagine I have, some typo error or a mistake over here. Yeah. See, the code is not working. It said um, line 6 MP draw solutions, those things are not working. So what I did was, I just need to, if I don't understand what it means, and then if I want AI to explain for me, I'll just select all of this and then paste it in the red box over here. Yeah, red box over here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just copying and then, yeah, pasting it. And after I do that, then I can just ask AI, or the built-in AI in the Visual Studio Code, to identify the problem and provide the solution as well. Yeah.
How is this AI companion in VS Code? Is it GitHub Copilot by any chance?
Yes.
It is? Okay.
No.
No?
I don't use GitHub. Yeah.
Because I know like VS Code has a GitHub Copilot plugin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So currently it is, yeah. So if you can see here, it gives me the typo. You have a typo in your code, okay? And then it gives me, okay, the solution that it gave me is, it even specify to even what line of code it is, right? So if you can see, this is the number 6 line, and here as well. Yeah. So yeah, there over the one that I circled is the number 6 line. And with the solution that I have, yeah, with the solution that it gave me, I'll just go and paste it. Copy it, and then just paste the whole sentence or the whole script for that particular line. Yeah. And after I paste it, then I will try again over here. So the code is working now. It's just that visual part, the camera part takes quite a long time to process. So it takes quite a long time to for the camera to come in. Yeah. So so what I can probably learn from here is that how AI is not just powerful in our for personal things, but actually it's quite powerful in terms of when you want to teach students. For example, if you're a teacher, it will be really great. And I'm also doing this, and my goal and objective in doing this, in developing this code and then asking AI to create these things, is that I want my students to explore, or I want to expose them to coding, all those advanced computation stuff, so that they might be interested in it. And it's a teacher's role or teacher's responsibility, you could say, to make sure the students stay curious, and then to make sure you provide the best education system that you have. So that's all about it. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah, looks like I gotta learn from you how I'm also doing a bit coding, but not with AI though. That's very interesting. Yeah. And funny thing that you're doing the thing of the finger typing. I think I'm like, at this day and age, I still use 2 fingers to type. So they'll be very useful. Okay. Yeah. Ian, you're on.
Yes.
Oh, okay. How are we doing?
Sorry, I went to get something.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Let's see. So, would you like to present next, Greg?
Me? Oh, I don't know. It's presenting. Okay, I can show something. No worries.
No, Greg, don't worry. I do have some content to share. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, feel
Oh,
free to. Yeah.
okay, let me just share. All right. I don't have a whole lot of good news. I have worrying news, okay, but it's important news that we bring to our audiences and so forth. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right. One of the key things I've been reading about is this area called the shadow AI. Right. I'm sure some of you may have seen that in meetings, you see all these note takers and so forth, right? I started doing a little bit of reading about them and so on. Potentially, some of these can be concerns from a security perspective, right? So there was an article, all right, a very nicely written article from the Microsoft Learn website, which essentially is a whole bunch of websites that talk about Microsoft technology. And there was this article on how do you prevent data leak to shadow AI. Right? For those of you who don't understand what is shadow AI, this is not like some ninja turtle kind of AI, if you want, but essentially AI being used potentially without authorization from the organization, right? Which is could come in the form of a note taker. It could come in the form of how AI is reading the information from within an organization's environment. Okay, so it's important for us to understand how these tools, right, although often helps the productivity of individuals, but in an unregulated, in an unmanaged manner, can potentially provide some real security concerns. Right, so there's a very good article here. I'll share all these links into the chat as well, so that those of you who are interested to know more, you can pick them up. All right, just copy this while I edit. Okay. They're actual web pages, by the way. All right. So this is the actual web page. I was just trying to screen capture some information. And the good news with some of these very good web pages is you can actually download PowerPoint. You can see here it says a blueprint with high-level activities and presentation in PowerPoint format and PDF format. Okay, so you can actually get that. All right. So I'm going to copy this. And you drop it into the chat window for all of you so that you can actually be able to get hold of that information, all right, as we speak. Right. Now that said, it's important for us to zoom in and go through the details, because this particular web page doesn't just tell you about the problem, but also teaches you how to prevent it. although it covers a whole bunch of Microsoft technology, I'm sure there are other technologies as well that can provide a solution to prevent data leak. The Microsoft solution obviously is not a single product, right? But it's a combination of different technology, starting with Microsoft Purview, Microsoft Defender for Cloud apps, Microsoft Entra, and Microsoft Intune. Now, some of these things may look very alien to us who are not in the corporate world, but these are typically corporate solutions that are used in organizations, right? So shadow AI is the key concern here. Now, the other concern that I'm starting to see is also misuse of AI. Like in this case, an organization called Citizen is using AI to generate crime alerts, right? So what does it do? So that they can have crime alerts with no human review. Now, you know that autonomous of anything at this point is probably not good as an idea. Although I did see a video today of autonomous driving that was quite interesting, right? But interestingly enough, like some of these use of AI today is actually creating more problems, like making a lot of mistakes. So it's important for us to review some of these articles so that we don't make the same kind of mistake. Okay. Now, one of the other areas that I'm obviously very concerned with and also often spending time talking about is the area of scam. Because I'm seeing increasing amount of AI being used to create scams, right? And also technology that is based on AI for the purpose of hacking and all that. Just to provide a two-country comparison, Taiwan and Malaysia. You can see very clearly here, in the past year, that means in 2024, Taiwan has lost 2 billion US dollars. Okay? And 72% of people, all right, encountered a scam. How's that compared to Malaysia? In Malaysia, we have lost US 8.4 billion at the same time, and 73% of people fell victim to a scam. Now, obviously, this data came from reliable sources, and I'll review those sources to you, right, so that you can also go in and learn more. Let's put them side by side so it's easier to do an apples to apple comparison, right? Between Taiwan and Malaysia, Malaysia has more than 4 times the amount of losses in 2024. So it's a very sad state that although in comparison, you can say Malaysia is nowhere close to Taiwan in many, many areas, but yet, all right, Taiwan lost less to scammers than Malaysia did. And if you look at the amount of people falling victim to scam, Malaysia is 1 percentage point higher than Taiwan.
Oh, actually, it's much worse, Noel. It seems that for 73% is they fell victim, but 72% for Taiwan, they just encountered it, but they didn't fall victim to it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think normally they don't report it because they don't have actual data. Right? So they
could be much
report,
worse.
it could be worse. It could be much
Sure.
worse, right? But you can see that the data points, if you want, right, varies depending on what they have. So on the 29th, which is just a few days away, all right, the same organization that sends out all these valuable information, if you want, is having a webinar, a 1-hour webinar. So I urge all of you to go, right? It's an online activity, which is free, right? The speakers are very interesting, right? Often you don't get such speakers like Horace, for example, from Interpol, right? People like that, I think, brings value from an international policing community, right? Obviously, you get people typically like Jessica, for example, from an organization like Crystal Intelligence, or even a organization like Crawl, right? But from Interpol, not often. At least I have not seen many. So I urge you to go to that particular thing. So this is the actual event that's happening, scam compounds. Now, what are scam compounds? For those of you who don't know, these are the term like scam call centers or scam factories. These are all the same kind of terms, but essentially it's a collection of scammers all sitting in one location, and it can go into thousands of them in one location, right? And they're going to be talking about that aspect of it. So you can RSVP, all right? I'll give you this link shortly, and you can go in there and register yourself, right? And it's important for us to learn more about how pervasive, all right, this problem is. It's become a really, really serious problem, right? We call it the scam center or scam demic, if you want, right? From all the different scam compounds or factories that's out there. Okay, so that kind of take me to the end of my sharing. Are there any questions? Because we've been running this for a couple of years, and we'd love to hear from all of you. All right, Greg, Ian, Ridwan, Amar, Lorraine, all of us been driving this, all right? And we hope that it's been fun, all right? Although sometimes we do have to bring you scary news, all right? But I think that's all part and parcel of being aware of how AI has crept into our lives, all right? And even making it into something quite scary at times, right?
Yeah, even though it's scary, we do hope that you have learned something from this. And that it's very
Yeah.
surprising that, wow, I thought that 2 billion US dollars in losses from Taiwan was big enough. Then I saw Malaysia's number, 8 billion. How does that happen?
Yeah, it's quite sad. It's quite sad. The problem is become extremely is going from bad to worse. All right. And that's why we need to continue to raise awareness and so on. All right. And I'm not sure there are even classes now I've seen being held. Recently, Alison shared this with me. I thought that was interesting, right? Specifically targeted to teach seniors, right? There's a little cost to it. I think these are all part and parcel of something worthwhile that to help people. All right, let me just share this on the screen as well. Let me just this in here. Right. Any of you seen this? Digital empowerment for seniors. Right. Part of the University Malaysia of Computer Science and Engineering. Okay. I'll paste this into the chat as well. So those of you who are interested to sign up, please. All these are valuable, useful information. Right. Right. If you can see the chat window, folks. All right, it's there. Right. And hopefully all of this can help. Like this particular workshop talks about AI and scams, right? About AI being useful. In fact, I've been using a lot of AI to help spot fake messages and even those aspects of it. So I typically use the WhatsApp version, right? So like so, let me just share that. So you see the Copilot, right? So you can use this to help. Okay? So some activities that we've been doing over the last few days. So you can paste your scam into here, all right, scam message in here, and then get it to tell you whether it's a scam or and so forth. Like there've been some people asking, this particular link, is that real? All right, like the check status.mycase.net /Sarah2/check status. Is it a fake? All right, so you can just drop that link in there and you'll go in and do the checking for you. At least you can be aware that, or you can be assured that AI can do a better job than we can in terms of determining whether it's fake. All right. I say here, is this fake? Great question. It's smart to be cautious online, blah, 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 and so on. Okay. All right. I think we are pretty much done. Back to you, Ian. Greg.
All right.
Yes.
You want to do it, Ian, or I can do it?
You can do it.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. I hope it's been a real good session. We're 1 minute to ending. I do want to. Somebody asked if it is TTT session is a bi-monthly event. Yes, it is. I'm actually working on a newsletter thing going on, so might be able to get notifications of your WhatsApp or your Telegram or even an SMS or an email, something like that, so that you'll know every single time that we are hosting this. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for coming. I think we can end the recording here. And before we go, maybe any questions for speakers or anything of the sort, or any recommendations that you want to see in our next session. I actually wanted to show something on creating a chatbots today, but it's not polished yet. Next time I'll show. Okay, there's nothing. We are gonna end here. Yeah, that's good. That's good, Ian.
Yes. Yeah, we're
All
good.
right. Okay, thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank
See you in
you.
our session.